All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. Whoops. Shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. Sister Deborah is going to come with a little something. She's not going to be with you long, but this message is going to cover the inward being. We hear a lot, 99.9 people speak of the outer being, never tuning in to the inner being. I believe that it's been missed. Like fully bypass the ideal of the inner man, the inner person. Kind of sad, but it is what it is. It was in the beginning. It was all the way to Revelation. You can see where people have no sense of any ideal about the inner person. You see, they talk so much about the outer person, which is the flesh, to where they have no mindset or no nothing to discuss the inner person. The inner person is the only thing that exists in eternal. Okay, the outer being, it ends. It has an end to it. Okay, it ceases to the point where it shall never return. But the inner man that has this thing that many don't speak about, which is eternal, it rests in the form or in the category of eternal, that inner being. Okay, so I'm going to cover the inner being so, like I say, you hear everything about the outer. That shows you how detached many people are to the flesh, more so than finding out the purpose in the spirit. None whatsoever. They could care less because they're somewhere in them, the outer man, it's all they focus on. It's all they desire to please. It's all they want to be pleased in, is in their outer man, not having no connection to the inner man. But we're going to talk about the inner being so that one can get a little bit of something out of what is greater than the outer being, and that is the inner being. Okay, when you think of inner and outer being, you still speaking of two. You still speaking of the flesh and the spirit. Okay, you're still speaking of two. Okay, so when you're inner, it's inward and outward. Okay, there go the twos. Inward is your inner being. Outward is your flesh, which is your outer being. Okay, so there go the twos. Even in trying to measure the two, you know that both of them don't go the same place. Each one has its destiny. Okay, each one has been assigned by the Most High Yah to go where it needs to go. It don't go together holding hands to the kingdom, to the lake of fire, or to the grave. No, they go in separate directions. That's going back to the tools, how heavens created all things. So I want to step into Job chapter 38. In Job chapter 38 and verse 36. Job chapter 38 and verse 36. As I was preparing for this lesson, something was heavy on me. And it was that there are a people who believe that they are fully entitled. They are so entitled to where they have said unto themselves, whether they believe or not, I'm still entitled. Okay? Whether I hear in the spirit, no spirit in truth, have the light, I am entitled. These are all the things on the outer man that tells them that they are fully entitled to something. That it never dawned on them that, wait a minute, how did you become entitled? In them, in their outer man, oh, I'm Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm the true Jews. I'm the children. We are the children. That's all they go by, you guys. They won't go no further than that. They stay right there in that mindset that I'm entitled because of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They don't understand Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac, David, Solomon, and the prophets. We all had two part of us, our inner man and our outer man. And what the people are assuming they are entitled is because they connected to the outer man of who Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is, and who Solomon, and who David, who Moses. They're thinking by the outer man of who they are makes me entitled to be just as great as they are, you see, and entitled to the kingdom. And I think that's sad, because when it dawned on me while I was in a total different study, it goes back to what I'm speaking of now: inner work being and the outer being. So you have the outer and the inner. They don't understand. The outer is what they hold on to that makes them feel that they are entitled. They're holding on to the flesh bloodline, not the spiritual bloodline of who Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and David, and Solomon, and so on. They are not looking at the spiritual, the inner bloodline. They're looking at the outer bloodline that makes them and have assigned to them the eternal righteousness. And I can't seem to get settled in that. It's just something down in me so deep, just totally against it. And somewhere along the line, there is so much I need to learn. It is so much I need to learn. Oh, I know it. Because in the mix of that, oh no, I cannot even think that y'all will go that in that direction to say, you don't have to be, anything about you don't have to be upright, just anything about you that you don't have to serve him at all. You don't have to do nothing but wicked and evil, and you're still entitled because of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No, baby. People never knew that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were the seed of the spirit. That's why they did things in the flesh that could not move who they were in the spirit, which is their inner man. And that's what you see today. And as a prophet today, I don't think Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, David, or any of the prophets could stand in today. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's why they were placed in that time period. And those that Yah has prepared for this time period, oh, we got way more to battle, to endure, to long suffering than they could ever. Even though he's in us, does not change the battle. The war is on. They didn't have to go through this that Revelation is bringing forth. See, that's what I'm saying to you all. To me, it's almost like he saved the best for last. Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. It's almost like he saved the best for last. You know, I wonder about that, because I'm like saying, could Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob hold up in this day and time? And the Father says to me, no, Deborah, that's why they were placed where they could hold up. I placed them there. But even in this day and time where we have him in us, we still got much long suffering and endurance, much to see that's wicked and evil. We got more of everything going on in this day and time. That's why Revelation pulled up to end it. See, back then, they just had the beginning that they dealt with. And even when Yah was wasn't in them, he was upon them. You see? So it's a greater thing that we have him in us, but yet it don't delete the suffering, the endurance, the pain, the heartache, and what you're seeing in the world today, or the captivity. Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, they didn't have to endure none of that. See, that's why you have to make sure you understand who they were, not who you feel that you are in them, and it makes you entitled. Oh, it doesn't make you entitled because of the bloodline. It makes you entitled through the spiritual bloodline, but not through the flesh bloodline. I don't know if that makes sense, but we are not entitled through the flesh bloodline. We are entitled through the spiritual bloodline. You see? Because see, even their sins and the things that they did, that's why it was blameless. And Yah caused them to how would I say it? Pay the consequence of what they did do in the flesh. You knew how hard it was for Abraham to give his only first son up. Do you know? You get what I'm saying? So you can't just think that they didn't have times where they had to endure and long suffered, and the consequences of the things that they erred in. They paid that consequence. It's just that we today can't see their consequences because we're using the idea of who they were in Yah and saying they were not human. That's what we're doing. So we have made them excellent, great, perfect when they are not entitled to it. Only one has that entitlement is Yeshua HaMashiach, the only one. But we don't care. We won't give it to Yeshua HaMashiach, but we will sure give it to Moses. We will give it to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We will give it to David. We will give it to the prophets of yesterday. We will give it to the fallen angels. We will give it to Enoch, but we will not give it to Yeshua HaMashiach. You see how messed up from the flow up things really are? So Sister Deborah is still sticking to the topic, and it's the inward. Nobody talks about the inward individual or who we are on our inner man. And it's something way greater in the bosom of the Father is who we are in our inner man than who we are in on our outer man. And this is what made not many, because it's probably just 8% that is aware of themselves being Hebrews or Hebrew Israelites or seeds, fleshly seeds of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You only have, if you had 100%, you might have 8% that is aware of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is aware that they are what you call the Jews of the Bible. You see, that's and a lot of people don't think of that. They don't think, well, wait a minute, y'all. It seems like it's a lot of us. And out of the 8%, you'd be subject to have 2% that are molded and shaped for the vessel of Yah. You see, because they have to line up behind Yeshua HaMashiach and the Father. You can't go ahead of them and feel that you are exempt from everything and all things. It doesn't matter how you conduct yourself on the outer man, and you're just in there because you are entitled through the flesh bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. See, no one ever taught people that there's two. There's an outer man and there's an inner man. Okay. The inner man will be the only one that sees the kingdom. The outer man don't see the kingdom. So therefore, you can't come into the kingdom by the bloodline, the flesh bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But no one has decided to teach the people or to inform them, even though I know today it's too late. I know it's too late because everything, it was really too late before the foundation of the world. Everything was already orchestrated. But there was a time period where Yah had his grace and mercy so heavy on us, to where if we got out of line and we are called down here to serve him, instant, we'll bounce back. But because of the curse itself, we have to long suffer in this here curse. You see, we got to endure it, you know. So therefore, it's just things he's not coming to men and get straight. Straighten up something that's crooked. He's going to do it in Mount Zion. In Mount Zion. No, let me just say it like this. Mount Zion gonna do it itself. Yah is Mount Zion, okay? His glory gonna be there. He himself gonna be there. So once we're entering Mount Zion, I ain't talking about down on the hills or down low on the ground. No, we got to enter where he has his holy of holy residing, okay? Him himself. Once we enter then that's when he's going to clean up this flesh of its filth, okay, which is the outer man. Why? Because you can't come into the Holy of Holies. That's going to be holy ground. You're not going to be able to step in there with that nasty flesh that you had down like we are today. That's showing you that inner man he's going to even clean up the inner man. Why? Because it's been tainted by the outer man. And it too cannot enter in Mount Zion. So he's going to clean it up. The inner man, even your spirit, he's going to give you a new one. He's going to put his holy name in you. He's going to give that flesh a new heart. But he's going to give you a spiritual new heart too with that spirit. You see? So everything is going to be out of us and placed in us. But we got to get there, you guys. We got to get there. And are we going to get there? Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt. But it's not going to be on our time. On our timeline. So what people are doing, they so entitled, they could care less about a timeline. They don't care about, my inner man and my outer man. Now, let's use me, for instance. All this that I am laboring to do on the earth. Yes, it's going to be rewarded, not just in the kingdom, but in Mount Zion as well. You see? Is he going to give me a new heart? Yes, he has to. Is he going to give me a new spirit? He has to. Why? Because everything that we are on the earth today has to be filtered and cleaned out before we enter into holy. Because that's where we're going to go. A lot of people don't believe it. But that's what Mount Zion is going to be. It's going to be holy. So you just ain't going to be able to bring, yourself as you are on the earth into this holy place, which is Mount Zion. Okay. But while we're down here, we can't guarantee that we're going to walk that journey to Mount Zion, and we're going to live to see the journey, walk through the journey, and make it. So until we do, we got to still be about what heaven called us to be. See, somebody like, for instance, me, I can't get off my post just because Mount Zion is holy and I need to get to there, or I have to stop. Don't be worried about nothing down here because no. You see, heaven had orchestrated everything, even to the Mount Zion. Okay. So if he called us with a holy calling from the kingdom, he's not saying stop doing and don't do your purpose, who you chosen, the vessel in which you have been placed in the midst. Why? Because on this earth, he did not assign it to Satan and Satan only. He got his down here too, you guys. He did not tell none of us that he gave the earth to Satan. He only allowed him to come down to deceive the whole world, not to claim it as if he got the power over it. Satan does not have that type of power. Matter of fact, we got more power than he does. Yes, we do. But we would never reach that level or understand it, because first and foremost, we got to make sure we have Yah to be the ultimate one who carries all power. And when he comes in us, he said, now you shall receive power. 99.9 don't have no idea that the power that was in Yeshua HaMashiach is now living in us as well. That's why he had to ascend, and the Father was going to send down the Comforter, which done the same thing with Yeshua to those that he has assigned to be his vessels. Why? If we go into Mount Zion and we're going to have a new heart and a new this and a new that, why do that? Because y'all don't understand the journey. The mission of the Father was orchestrated in the kingdom. He did not orchestrate it for us to come over in the land of our captives and say, forget it all, even though 99.9 did so. But he's saying that they did so because they were not of me, but mines that I had in the bush. My rams I had in the bush was always there. They're going to be there all the way till we get to Mount Zion. See, we have to understand something on this earth got to stand for the Creator himself. Why should everything stand for Satan? Because that's the way for instance, me looking with the light, that's what it seems like. Why should everything stand for Satan? And I ain't just going to say Satan. I'm going to say wicked and evil. Because wicked and evil is not just Satan. It is actually what it is. And it's not just Satan. Because he said, I created wicked and evil for the days of wicked and evil. So that I think it's an action. It's a really a hardcore, really evil spirits and demonic and all of these other things. But Satan is likened to it. But there's others also that represent him. But it ain't that he got the power. You see, it's that we have joined in what he does, and what we have really fell in love. Let me stop saying we. People have really fell in love with the ways of darkness. Just put it like it is. But it did not erase the light. So the light has to be still on the earth, y'all, or else we all shall cease and never be seen again, nor heard of. So if the light is not on the earth, Yah is not given the earth, nor have he given the earth to Satan to have that dominion over it, you guys. We chose to, now let me stop saying we. People chose to join that side because that's the side they was assigned to in the book of Lake of Fire. They were already assigned to that. So that's why they are conducting themselves in the order in which they are conducting themselves in this day and time. So I like to go to Job chapter 38 and verse 36. In Job chapter 38 and verse 36, it says, who have put wisdom in the inward part? In the inward parts. Listen to what it says. Who have put wisdom in the inward parts? This is what I was explaining to y'all. There's two wisdom, there's two knowledge, there's two understanding. In the inward part is the spirit. It is your spirit. And it says here in Job chapter 38 and verse 36, who has put wisdom in the inward parts? That means in your spirit. See, and why does it say in parts, though, Deborah? Because a lot of people don't understand your spirit has a heart. It has a mind. But it's saying here, who has put this wisdom in your inner part? Or who has given, there that word given understanding to the heart. I just told y'all, there's 2 wisdom, 2 knowledge, and 2 understanding. And here is the understanding that is spiritual for the what? Inward person. And it's, just me saying that makes it kind of saddened to me. It really does, because it makes me realize, wait a minute, Father. The inward is not even speaking today in this day and time. It's not speaking that wisdom. It's not speaking that spiritual knowledge, that spiritual wisdom, or that spiritual understanding. That's how deep the darkness is today. So here in 36, it is said, who has put wisdom in the inner part? That's our spirits. In our spirit. Or who has given understanding to the heart? That's that heart of spirit. That understanding is spirit. That wisdom is spirit. It's given to our part, inner part, which is our spirit, and the heart of our spirit. But it says, who has? Yah. Yah gives that to those that are his true chosen vessels. He put it in their inward part, where the spirit is at. That's why he likes to abide where your spirit is at, because he knows he placed those things in your spirit. Let's go to Psalms 51. In Psalms 51, verse 5 through 6. In Psalms 51, verse 5 through 6, it reads, behold, I was shaped in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Watch this here. Behold, I desired truth in the inward part, and in the hidden parts thou shalt make me to know wisdom. Now listen to this, y'all. When I got here, I said, wait a minute, Father. Wait a minute. Now you took me too deep. You took me too deep. Because there's a mystery in Isaiah chapter 3 where he talks about the daughters of Zion and their secret parts. He's going to reveal their secret parts. What Yah is going to do is show something about the daughters of Zion that Israel nor Judah nor the daughters of Zion was aware of. They weren't aware of it. I'm not aware of it. I'm anxious to know myself. That's why I got a lot to learn. I got a lot to learn. But is it going to be learned here on the earth as it is? Because really, when I think of it, it's like worthless. People haven't even learned the basic of his power, of who Yeshua is, who Hamashiach is. Or that power is all, whoo, when they don't know that, they don't know a lot. Okay. So when I look now, I'm gonna show y'all something, and then I'm gonna go on and tap in on Isaiah chapter 3. But listen to this. In Psalms 51 and verse 5 says, and verse 6, it says, behold, I was shaped in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Now, see what he mean? He was shaped in iniquity. That means flesh. We were born in sin, y'all. And he said, I was shaped in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me, in flesh. Okay? But he was shaped in flesh, which is iniquity, because we were born in sin. And he said, in sin did my mother conceive me. He's just trying to give you the outlook of the outer man. See, this message is about the inner man, but right here, I like what he's saying in Psalms because he's giving you a insight on the outer man being born and shaped in iniquity. And in sin did his mother conceive him. Now, you notice he said in sin did his mother conceive him, because he's trying to show you the outer man, which is flesh. He's speaking about the outer man. Now, come go with us. We're going to enter into the inner man. See, he was telling you and giving you an overall of the outer man. Okay. And now in verse 6, it said, behold, behold me, look, just look. Thy desire truth in the inward parts, the spirit and the spiritual heart and mind. I desire truth. He's telling you what that desire was in the inward. Now, what 99.9 does not understand, when he's speaking in 5, he's speaking on the outer man, shaped in iniquity. And in his mother's womb, his mother, no, not his, and hidden, no, in his mother's, and sinned, and in sin did his mother conceive me. You see, meaning the flesh, y'all. So when you get to 6, he steps into a different realm, trying to give y'all an insight on the outer man, on the inner man. After he told you in verse 5, the outer man. And in the inner man, he's saying, behold, the desired truth in the inward parts. We're talking about that spirit. Y'all do not believe 99.9 have no idea that they are spirit and they are flesh. He just divided it. He didn't bring in soul. He didn't say nothing about soul. He's telling you the two main ones that heaven had the power in controlling these. This is how heaven's controlled. I'm not how heaven's created it. The outer man, which is the flesh. And in verse 6, he said, behold, thy desire truth in my inward parts, and in the hidden parts, thou shalt make me to know wisdom. In the hidden parts, thou shalt make me to know wisdom. The hidden parts. So that is the spiritual being he's speaking of. He's speaking of the inner parts, and in the hidden parts, thou shalt make me to know wisdom. The hidden parts. That bothered me all today. And I said, when I get home this evening, I want to understand Isaiah chapter 3. Now watch this here. Let me get the verse out. Very strange. And what I'm understanding out of it, that there is something about woman that man didn't know, woman didn't know, and it has been hidden. Now watch this here. When I get to Isaiah, watch this here. Chapter 3 and verse 16. Now listen to this, y'all. No, we're going to go verse 17. Just pay attention to this. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 17. Therefore, Yah will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. And that's the crown right in here. Okay. And he's going to have a scab. Okay. That's the burning, where he said he purged you with burning. The judgment was burning. Now watch this here. Therefore, verse 17, we say in Isaiah 3 and verse 17, therefore Yah will smite the scab, a scab and a crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. And Yah will discover their, who is there? The daughters of Zion, their secret parts. Women of Zion, you got secret parts about you that has not been discovered, has not been revealed. And Yah is going to discover their secret parts. Now let's go back. Here go David in Psalms chapter 51 and verse 6. Behold, thy desire truth in our inward parts, right? Now watch this here. And in the hidden part, thou shalt make me to know wisdom. In what part? The hidden parts. Thou shalt make me know wisdom. Now, the mystery in this one is where it says, and in the hidden part. In the hidden part. So it allows you to know that part don't have an S on it. So therefore, look at the inward parts in verse 6, where it said inward parts with the S. But when it continued and said, and in the hidden part, thou shalt make me to know wisdom. Now let's go back to Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 17. Listen to this. It says, and Yah will discover their secret parts, just as David spoke of. And in the hidden parts, thou shalt make me know wisdom. That's that spiritual wisdom. So there's some spiritual connection that Yah is speaking of, daughters of Zion, that you have no idea that you have a secret part about you. You women, as female, Yah said, will discover me. I will reveal their secret parts. He's talking to you, daughter of Zion. When we get to that other side, there's some parts about you that men nor women, nobody ever knew but Yah. And he calls it secret parts. With David called it hidden parts. And then David turned around and said, thou shalt make me know wisdom. Why? Because it's a hidden part that I don't know about. But you're going to make me to know the wisdom of it. You see? Same thing he said in Isaiah chapter 3 to 17 to the women. Because I asked him last month, what's this thing with this secret parts? What's the deal? It's between women and Yah. And I ain't talking about every woman in the world. No, I'm talking about the daughters of Zion. The daughters of Zion. So what it led me to realize, that's why you're going to strip them from all their garments. See, we run around and we're trying to look the role. We're trying to act the role. We're trying to portray the role. But we got secret parts about us that Yah is going to reveal in that day. To the point where he's going to strip us from our head wraps, our bunnies, our long dresses, our long everything we put on, hiding our whole self, all of that. Even the jewelry and the tinkling of your what is it, of your shoes and whatever that is that you got around that causing noise, and your click clocking. He's gonna bring it all out, all of it, and he's gonna allow you to be in sackcloth, in moaning, and burning. Where's the burning coming from? The head, the crown of the head. That's the way he's going to purge you. But what I love about what he said that still keeps me not understanding, I don't, y'all. I don't. But when he says secret parts, wait a minute, David, come on, talk to me. Because you're saying the same thing, David. You're saying the same thing, a hidden part. And you even call part of it the wisdom, the spiritual wisdom. So somewhere along the line, The daughters of Zion has a secret parts about them that Yah is going to reveal. That's what discover means, to reveal their secret parts. So you think these secret parts are about you, your secret parts, or you think it's about men? No, this has to do with Yah and Yah only, daughters of Zion. He knows he has a secret parts about you that he's going to reveal. To me, that's beautiful. And you know what? I can believe it, because I know it got to be something else to this for us to have to bring forth nations. And we went through the bringing them up, the birth, the carrying, and all of this. And it's like, so what? But I want to know the secret parts that Father Yah said he's going to reveal. But he got to strip us from all these clown clothes. He has to. And the crown of our head is to mess us up so we can't think that our hair is all that and some. It was for our glory, for us. But he's got to mess that up there. And guess what else? He's got to bring us to sackcloth and burning. And that's where the burning is going to be. And there's going to be a stank from that burning. Okay? But that's the part of how he's purging us. But where he says here in Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 17, and Yah will reveal their secret parts. There's parts about us that has been kept secret, you guys. It has been kept secret. Praise the mighty Yah. So here in Psalms 51 and 5 and 6, I like what David is saying. Is this David? Yes. I like what he was saying, because he separate the inward being from the outward, meaning the flesh from the spirit, and the spirit part from the flesh. Okay. He separated in those right there. Okay. But this is something else that's strange to me. How is it they knew that there were two and they were separate? But why is it we still in the year 2024, to where everything is clearly seen and in the open, still can't grip that? I wonder why is that? I don't think it's so much as that they can't grip it. I don't think people's heart is where they think it is. You see, I think they're more geared to that outer being. I really do, to where the inner being carries all the mystery and carry all the light. See, the light is not carried on the outer man. And that's why people are not seeing the spiritual realm. It's because they're carrying everything on the outer man. And the inner man is the only one can uphold the light. Did y'all know that? I know 99.9 wouldn't. Because they're never taught these things. The only one can carry the light is your spirit, not your flesh. You see? And only one can carry spirit and truth is your spirit and not your flesh. So when Sister Deborah is speaking, I'm speaking to the inner man. Okay, the inward man. And the light therein of the inward man, and the spirit and truth of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yah only can be found in the inward man. Okay. So when I get to 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 16 through 18, 2 Corinthians, and you know what? I feel so blessed, because Yah taught me a lot today, and I learned a whole lot. I feel so grateful. I think of that grace and that mercy. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16 through 18. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16 through 18. And verse 16 of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16. For which cause we faint not, but through our outward man perish. See, the outer man perish, you guys. It's already assigned a day out, okay? It perish. That's why it doesn't care if you understand your inward. Your outer man don't care if you understand your inward. It could care less. Do you think that your outer being cares if you go to heaven, eternal, or the lake of fire? No, it doesn't. It has nothing but to uphold itself in the flesh and then go to the grave. That's why people won't grip the fact that your worstest enemy was never assigned Satan. It was yourself. You see, it's your own worstest enemy. It's your flesh, because it's not allowing your spirit being to get anything that is consistent of spirit and truth and light. Because once that inner man gains those things, then it can connect with the ruach that's already in him. So it makes a lot of sense how David was talking about how he was wrapped in iniquity and he was brought forth from his mother's womb in sin. He conceived in sin. See, he's giving you the flesh part. But then that's why he switched to verse 6, and started telling you about the inner part. Because when we talk about everything, even in the world, you guys, for instance, we talk about everything in the world. Do you all know that means you are your spiritual being has no detachment to the spiritual realm of all that there is and was. It's so detached to the outer man interest, to where the inner man could care less. If your outer man feed it anything. Why? Because your outer man is in full control. It desires the things of the whole world. Someone said to me, I watch your page, but I don't get into politics. You know, to me, I said to myself, I say, you said something this time, when normally I say nothing, and it's all spiritual, and you don't hear your voice. That's just showing you people's heart is not where they think it's at. You see, all this time, that's what I speak on. So for me to tell someone that it is a trick or a trap for Donald Trump, that was a setup, it doesn't mean that that's politics. It's meaning enlighten you. I'm bringing spiritual light to that which is darkness. See, because what everybody wants you to do is role play it. They want you to role play it like you talking what you think you know, like you teaching what you think you know, like you revealing what you feel you know. But see, Deborah's saying it out of the spirit realm, and you don't know. You see, that's the difference. Okay, so here in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16, it reads, for which cause we faint not, but through our outer man, though our outer man perish, yet the inner man is renewed day by day. So you see, the condition of the inner man is to be renewed day by day. Did it say week by week, month by month, year by year, or whenever I feel like it, whenever I want? No. Because the only thing that's going to keep that individual balanced is to make sure it's renewing its mind. It's renewing the inner man daily. And that's what I try to explain to you all. He teaches me something every day. I learn something from the Most High every day. What is that called? Yah is, verse 16. Yah is renewing my inner man daily and teaching me how to learn and desire something new, to understand new wisdom and new knowledge every day. I will not deny the fact that I am not taught by Yah every day. And I tell y'all that he's constantly teaching me every day. And it's a good feeling because he's always either clamming on top something I said or going all over. Just let me know this. So I count myself truly blessed by the Father Yah. And I'm not ashamed. Not ashamed, and nor am I ashamed. Okay, so here you hear in Corinthians where he said in verse 16, for which cause we faint not, but through our outer work man perish. Although through our outward man perish. That's our flesh. Listen to this. Yet the inward man is renewed day by day. Yeah, this is not a something. See, that's what people think. They think this is everybody. To me, this is me speaking. The way I'm discerning this thing is people think this is a game, you know, and they don't understand this thing is realer than real. This is your eternal. What you conduct, the way you conduct yourself on this earth is your eternal mission for eternal. And they're not getting it. Why would you think it'd be talking about the outer work and the inward? Why would it be talking about these twos? Because it's letting you know where the outer work man, which is the flesh, is going to end in eternal. And it's also letting you know what your inner man has to look for eternal. But we are in this day and time where everybody caught up in the outer, because the outer is detached to your emotions, your feelings, your personal opinion, your worldly wisdom, your worldly knowledge, your worldly understanding, and your self-centered mindset, your pride and your boasting, your wanna be what you ain't gonna be. It's all of that. That's the outer work. But they never seeking to have a relationship with the inward being, which is your spirit, that's going to either live one place or the other in eternal. Okay, so in verse, and it says renewing your inward daily. That's how important it is to get food of the spirit and truth. When the true worship should worship in spirit and truth daily. That's what it's saying. He's saying here, inward man is renewed day by day. Okay. Verse 17, it says, for our light affliction, which is but a moment, work it for us a far more exceedingly and eternal weight of glory. Our light affliction, which but for a moment, work it for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Praise the mighty Yah. I like that. Praise the mighty Yah. Verse 18, while we look not at the things which are seen. Let me say that right. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are seen not. I like that, because that's the Father showing you again the twos. See, you all think this thing is created based on your emotions and your feelings and your personal opinion. But he didn't orchestrate it. He didn't orchestrate everything on earth based on you. That's why Sister Deborah got to tell you who he is and how he done it. Not how she does it or how you does it or the world and Satan. I got to tell you how y'all orchestrated this thing. I never tell you I orchestrated the kingdom to go left, right, up, down. I don't talk about how I done this. I constantly on here giving you what he say, your inward daily, renewed daily. That's what Sister Deborah has done. Now, right here in verse 18, while we look not at the things which are seen. There goes Sister Deborah. Why? Because I'm constantly looking at the unseen, because that is what he comes to check me with, the unseen. Y'all do more work on me with the unseen than anything, but that's been my whole life. That's been my whole life. I have experienced 3 things within the last week where things happen, and before it happened, he came to me and he told me. Did he give me the fullness? No, he didn't give me the fullness. But when I walked in it, bam, there it was. I felt good, because even though it was heart feeling and should have broke me, I think of how he revealed it to me in a way that it would prepare me for what I would walk into 3 times in 1 week. So my aunt told me, well, how you gonna look at that? I said, it's deep. And I told him, and I tell anybody, to me, something going on. We somewhere at some end or something. Because why? Why? Let me give you one he gave me. One evening I was sitting in the living room, and this was like 4 days ago. And I was just reading. And it told me, say, something's going on at the big house. The big house is where all my adult children stays, and my ex-husband. And he said, something's going on there. And he even told me, your son Raymond. He told me, Raymond. I shun it off like I do all the time. My mother got on me when I was a little girl. Don't do that. You go into prayer. I still ain't learned to do that. So I just went on by because a lot of times when it's really, really bad, he give me this feeling. It's very uncomfortable feeling. But this time, he just gave it to me, and I kind of just, okay. It was less than 3 hours later in the night. Now, here it is, my ex-husband calling and saying the oldest son, which is 43, and the youngest daughter, which is 22, they are arguing with each other at that time of night. Why is he calling me? Y'all, I'm South County, you North County. Why are you calling me? That's what y'all was warning me about. You see how he prepares me? That is such a awesome blessing for him to do that, because he don't have to, but he do it because it's something about me that's why I tell people I can't afford to hear others tell me who he is when I have tried him for myself. And he has proven himself to be all that and some to me. You see? So this is what happened. I said, okay, what are they arguing about? When the son said that the daughter moved his rug, and she said he had his hat on the couch, y'all, so much pettiness, stupid stuff. And here this man calling me in the midnight hour. It wasn't a minute, it was like 11. They over here fussing and so. The main thing is, I told him to take the phone up to Quiet Storm. So when he took the phone to Quiet Storm said, oh, hello. I said, Joseph, I need you to get up. I need you to go downstairs and solve that issue for me. He said, oh, what's going on? I said, I just need you to go down there and solve that issue. He said, okay. Because when Quiet Storm step in, then the storm gonna cease. Because he's non-tolerance. I mean, he's just not a type of person that's going to stand and play with you. He's going to say what he say. He's going to mean what he say. And he's going to stand still. And you ain't going to have to either you on buckle, because he ain't. Okay? So, all of a sudden, Charles got back on the phone and said, I deal with it. I just deal with it. I go down here and deal with it. I go down and deal with it. So, I called back Quiet Storm his phone. He said, Mama, Charles said he going to deal with him. Now, Charles is his daddy. They don't believe in calling their daddy or father. Charles said he's going to deal with him. And I said, yeah, he just told me. Why didn't he deal with it before he called me? You see? So his way of dealing with it, want me to tell y'all something? This going to mess y'all up. Want me to tell y'all his way of dealing with it? That's why I do not care for people. I do not. That's why y'all taught me the 2 C's. I do not care for people at all. I don't care if they family members. I don't care if they my children, my mama, my daddy, sister, brother, my neighbor. I don't care for people. Let me tell you what he did. You know how he's going to solve it? He's going to say, your mama said. That's how he solved it, you guys. He put me in the center, and I'm not even there. I just talked to your mama, and your mama said, y'all cut it out. Now they know mama didn't heard about it. Oh, it's going to cease. Then the minds get to wonder, wait a minute. Oh, she know now what we do. They get to thinking seconds. I'm non-tolerant to nonsense. I went over there today, and my oldest son just as scared as a chicken because mama going to get on me. I went over there yesterday. He wasn't there. He was at work. I put a big old sign. Get out and get your own place. If you cannot maintain respect for one another and have a respectful communication with one another, get out and get your own. I don't care for it because, and I never did, the ex-husband would place me in the center of everything. And I don't even have to know anything about it. And I told him, you're going to get enough of that. You shouldn't have had enough of that. So he'll go down there and tell them, when your mama's on the phone, or I just talked to your mama and she said, y'all stop all that nonsense. Well, why do I have to be added in there? Why do you have to add my name in there? See, that's how I be used, you guys. I don't care what shape, form, fashion. They always got to add me in the center. But guess what? See how my Father in the kingdom put me on top of it? I'm sitting in the kitchen reading, and I'm just reading. And when I'm reading, you all, I don't pick up this word and read it. I go into it with the Ruach, the Holy Spirit. Say, okay, teach me from the level of where you at in me. And that's how I go into it. I don't go into this book thinking I'm going to go into it in the flesh realm. I go into it with the Ruach HaKodesh in me. And that's what I was. I was sitting there and I was writing stuff down. I was reading. And all of a sudden, this feeling came on me. And it says something's happening in the big house. And you know what I said, y'all? My mother don't like me saying this. It'll be okay. It ain't nothing. I tends to say that to the Most High when he gives me warnings on things or things is about to happen. I don't know no other way of dealing with it. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I don't know. Because I'm so used to him showing me and warning me to the point where it's okay. So when he told me that, I brushed it off until I received 3 hours later that phone call. And I said, see, there you go again. You did it again. You did it, Father. You did it again. So one thing about what I'm experiencing is very powerful to me, because I would think that why me? You see? Why are you teaching me daily? Now, you stand here, and who is this here? Is this Paul or Peter sitting here telling us in 2 Corinthians verse 16, renew your inner man daily. So you see how blessed I am? And I run around here telling y'all, he teaches me daily. He's renewing me daily. And this is what the disciples are saying. This is a daily thing. This ain't a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 days, month, year. No. And I believe it. It ain't that I believe it because they said. I believe it because he that's greater in me have already spoken it to me in the level of teaching me and showing me I'm have to deal with you daily. So when I get on here, y'all thinking, okay, she's just on here running her mouth. But baby, no, baby, you just don't know. He speaks to me daily and throughout the day. Let me try to get away with not wanting to hear it. He'll catch me in my sleep. He'll catch me driving. He'll catch me in doing anything. And he'll just come down. He just let it slow. He lay it slow, though, y'all. He ain't wanted that bam. No, he lay it down slow. Everything he does, he lay it slow. I can go into the kitchen in the morning, get my coffee, and sit down, thinking I'm about to read this, and read it. I'll be way over here on the left side. He'd be way over here on the right side. Talking about, what you talking about? What are you talking about? You see, you be thinking you going the way that you think if you study, you read. No. I got a place to take you. Come on over here to the right side, and let me show you this. And then begin to teach me and then say things to me, and I'm like, but I didn't know that. I knew a little, but I didn't know. That's what it's about. And there it is, written right here in verse 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 16. For which cause we faint not, but through our outward man, though our outward man perish, yet our inward man is renewed daily, day by day. So when Sister Deborah talking about she's learning something, this is it. I'm being renewed day by day by the Most High Yah in me. Okay, so verse 17. For our light affliction, which is but a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Yes, it does. Living witness. Verse 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, that's me, Sister Deborah, I don't look at the things that are seen. I do more in depth to the things that is unseen, because I've already been taught by the Holy Spirit, everything that I see it is still yet all my creation. So when I see it, I know this is still yet his. So therefore, I'm not caught up in what I see. I want to see what I cannot see. You see, I'm looking for the thing which is not seen. But I've been like that for a long time. I always wanted to see the unseen, because I knew that the seen is clearly seen. But it was the power that rests in the unseen that I was more so caught up in. The unseen things more than the seen. And you all, as a young person, when I say young, I'm saying up in my 20s, I used to speak that all the time. I used to tell people, even strangers, when they come and stand before me, I'll be talking to them. I listen to them first, and then I begin to talk. I've always said to them, and this was even when I was younger, it's better to desire the unseen versus the seen. That was such a statement I used to say to any and everybody I come up on. Look for the unseen, not so much as the seen, because everything that I see his glory. So I know these things that's clearly seen is still of his glory, of his doing, of his making. But what? I search the things which is unseen. Now watch what it says. Verse 18, 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporary. Okay? But the things which are not seen are eternal. Praise the mighty Yah. And had I known that all them years, I didn't know that, you guys. I didn't know why I searched the things which is unseen. And I don't know why I used to say that to people when I was in my early 20s on into my 30s. Always, when I wanted to bring some word to somebody, I always tell them, search the unseen versus the seen. Always said it. But to know that the unseen is eternal? Oh, man. Come on. Somebody needs to talk to me. And as it says in verse 18, but the things which are not seen are eternal. And I'm searching for what? Eternal. That's beautiful. When I get to Peter, 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3 and 4. I get over here to 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3 and 4. 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3 and 4. And it reads in verse 3, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days. No, this is not it. This is not it. Scoffers walking after their own lust. Nope. Oh, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. And see. No, I'm in the wrong place, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm in 2 Peter. It's 1 Peter chapter 3. I'm in the wrong. I'm like, wait a minute. That don't sound like the one I studied. And verse 3. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 3 and 4. Whose adoring, let it not be outward adoring. And what's that? Plaiting of hair and the wearing of gold, or the putting on parables. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, which is the spirit, in that which is not corrupt, even the ornaments of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Yah a great price. Now, what is it telling you? Exactly what I tried to explain to you all about this outer man. We so eager to make this outer man look a way that is pleasing, not just to ourselves, but to others. And not understand why we trying to deck the outer man. Y'all ain't looking at that stuff. Y'all ain't looking at all that trash. He looking at the spirit of who you are. Y'all's looking at a quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Yah of great price. What is your spirit? So let me go back over this and try to try to explain this a little bit. 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3. Whose adoring, let it not be outward adoring, of plaiting the hair, or of wearing of gold, or putting on pearls. But let it be the hidden man. Now, there go the hidden again. You guys, there it is. There it is. Remember, David was talking about the hidden parts. Remember in Isaiah? Wait a minute. Oh, no, this cannot be. No. Whoa, Father, yeah, I'm in trouble. I'm in some trouble. I think I just nailed this, y'all. Isaiah chapter 3. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, no, he didn't. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 17. And Yah will reveal their secret parts. Now, let me go back here. 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 4. For let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornaments of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Yah of great price. Guess what, you guys? I believe. No, let's go to verse 5. Let's go to verse 5. And after this manner is the old time holy women also, who trust in Yah, adored themselves, being in subjection to their own husband. Now listen to this. Now listen to how he's saying this. He bring women in after the manner in the old time, the holy women also who trust in Yah. These are the holy women who also trust in Yah, adored themselves, being in subjection unto their own husband. Okay, so here it's actually telling you similar to what is going on in Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 17, saying that Yah will discover their secret parts. We got some secret parts about us that we don't know, women of Zion. And it's not connected to the flesh. I'm going to just lay that out. It is not connected to the flesh. It is not. Look at verse 4. 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 4. But let it be the hidden man of the heart. That's the spiritual. That's the inner man. Okay? In that which is not corrupted. That's the inner man. But let it be the hidden of the heart in that which is not corrupted. So which is not corrupted? The spiritual part. Even ornaments of a meek and quiet spirit, there go the spirit, which is in the sight of Yah of great price. For after this manner in the old times, the holy women also who trusted in Yah adored themselves, being in subject unto their own husband. These were holy women that it tells you here, and let it be a hidden man of the heart. He's speaking of the spirit. Women, I believe that we have a mystery of Yah that has been hidden in us. That it is said in Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 17 that he's going to come and reveal the secret parts. Their secret parts. The secret parts can't be flesh, baby. Praise the mighty Yah. Because if Yah has you, and he knows that the part he called secret parts is secret because it's in him. You see? So it's something about the daughters of Zion that Yah is going to reveal in that day their secret parts. And as David gives an insight, or was that and Paul, or was that Peter? And Peter give their insight. Wait a minute. There are hidden parts of the spirit in Yah. See, I'm thinking the hidden parts. Okay, is that a part of the judgment? No, it's a part of after revealing their secret parts, he's also going to take away all of these things we wrapping ourselves in. Jewelry, earrings, bonnet, our head covering, every gown we wear, nose jewelry, he's going to strip all that from us. If it's anything righteous, why strip it from us? If we've been dressing accordingly to holiness, why are you stripping this from us? Why is it going to be taken from us? Because I'm going to reveal your secret parts. And what are your secret parts? Holy! It's going to be the part I'm going to reveal in you. That's the daughters of Zion I'm talking about. Y'all got something invested in the daughters of Zion, and we have no idea. We had no idea. July the 9th, 2024. Never was taught, preached, revealed. and just not gripping the fact that when I heard David talk about it in some, then I hear Peter talking about the hidden parts. Wait a minute, I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. What's this here? It's the same thing, secret parts. But the hidden parts on both of those are spiritual, the inner man, the spirit. So he has to be talking in Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 17, discovering their secret parts. Same thing. It's got to be spiritual. Praise the mighty Yah. And after that, discovering their secret parts, he's stripping them from everything they ever wore, from jewelry, from chain, from bracelets, from ear jewelry, from bonnets, us tying our heads up, our long gowns and everything, our whole face covering it. He's going to strip it from you. Why? Time to recognize holy, because we are going to be holy. And he's going to strip those things from us, because no longer we going to be up under those traditions. We're going to have a newness about us, and it's going to be all due to him and that right hand. Praise the mighty Yah. My last verse in chapter is John chapter 5 and 39. The Gospel of John chapter. Ooh, Father, you mean to tell me that's what that was? I always wondered, what was that secret part? It's spiritual. I had no idea. But that's about right, though. That is about right, because that's why the 7 women with the one man, they was talking about nothing about this man. They were saying they're going to have their own everything. All they want was that name. And that name is called Holy. That's what the name is. And it was. The Gospel of John chapter 5 and verse 39, it reads. The Gospel of John chapter 5 and verse 39. And it reads, and this is the Father's will which has sent me, that of all which he has given. There go the word given. He is given, gave. He's not love. Me, I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again at the last day. Let me make sure that's my right verse. I might be in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong place. The Gospel of John, chapter 5, verse 39. Okay, let's go over this again. Search the scriptures, for in them you think. Ooh, wait a minute. What are you talking about? Are you sure? What's going on yonder? What's this going on? Ooh-wee. The Gospel of John, chapter 5, verse 39. Search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have eternal life. Sound like somebody's stepping into something. Let's read that again. The Gospel of John, chapter 5, verse 39, Yeshua is speaking. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life. And they are they which testify of me. And ye will not come to me, that I might have life, that ye may have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that ye have not the love, the giver gave of Yah in you. Oh, Father Yah. But yet they think they got eternal life. That's what I started off telling y'all. Israel and Judah has this spirit of what's that word I said earlier? Where they entitled. They feel that they are entitled. Oh, I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to call on him. I don't have to think of him. I don't have to do anything. I can sin. I can commit adultery. I can play all these different games and of evil and wicked. Hey, I'm in there. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm in there already. That's the mindset of the 8%. Not the 8, I say the 6, 7, 8, the 6% out of the 100%. 6% really believe that we're just going to roll in because of who we are, based on Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But they didn't understand. Abraham had 2, Isaac had 2, and Jacob had 2. 2 of what? 2 of the parts to them. They are the bloodline of the flesh, and they are the bloodline of the seed of the spirit. Which one are you rolling up in? See, that's what they don't know. See, it's 2 parts of them. See, they want to roll up in the flesh part of who they are and think because we came and we are, you can't roll up in that. If that's the case, the whole world is going to be there. See the mindset? The whole world is going to be in there. Because if the truth be told, he told him it's like the sand of the sea, the stars in the sky. And he wasn't just talking about Israel and Judah. He was talking to Abraham. And when he was talking to Abraham, there was no Isaac. When he was talking about Abraham, there was no Jacob. It was the Yah's prophecy to him that this here is going to come out of you. Many nations. Many nations. So if we're going to go by the bloodline, then all of them going to pull up. You see? They don't have to. It don't matter. We all be marching in if we base it on the bloodline. That's what a lot of people don't get. And they ain't going to get. It ain't meant. Because that's what he dealt with me earlier today about, Deborah, you can't bridge people into a place I have not called them to. You can't open the eyes. You can't bring a light into a bosom of darkness, Deborah. You can't do it. And that's one of my biggest issues. And that, guess what that part come in? That comes in on that side of the flesh of me that's an impact. That's where that come in. And that too can be tamed by the Most High Yah. You see, after a while, he gonna get tired. He gonna knock me off my seat. Because that would have to be where it's coming from, because he constantly keeps telling me it's nothing you can teach, preach, and give to individual that I have not given them myself. You're the seed planter. You drop the seed. I'm the increaser and the waterer. And if I don't increase and I don't water it, that seed you planted, it dies off. It's just sitting there. You see? So he has to keep reminding me, which I'm trying to understand why. Why do you have to keep reminding me of that? I don't know why. But let's go here to the Gospel of John, chapter 5, verse 39. In 39, it says, search the scriptures, for in him ye think ye have eternal life. See how Yeshua telling you? You think you got eternal life. And they are they which testify of me. They turn around and testify of me. And just because they testify of me, they think they got eternal life, Deborah. That's sad. Okay, and I know he's talking to me. I know he's talking to me. And verse 4, and ye will not come to me that ye might have life. See, he's showing you how people are. They ain't going to come to him that ye might have eternal life. They ain't going to do that. They ain't going to come to him. They just assume that they're going to. You see, and this is what he's saying. And then it says in 41, I receive not honor from men. Okay. And what else? Verse 42, but I know you that ye have not the give and gave of Yah in you. See, Yeshua calling them out. You ain't who you think you are. I know who you are, but you ain't who you saying you are, because I know you ain't. That's all he said. Search those scriptures, honey. And just because you in them scriptures, that don't mean that you're going to gain eternal. Just because you're searching the scriptures don't mean you gain eternal life. Verse 43, I am come in my Father's name. What part people don't get? I come in my Father's name, and ye receive me not. But why are they searching the scriptures then, Yeshua? because they think the scriptures give them eternal life, Deborah. That's why. You know how you tell them that the word, these are words, and I am the, and the Father is the word? That go in one ear and out the next. Verse 43. I am come in my Father's name, and ye receive me not. If another shall come in his own name, him you will receive. Now, this is where I know that this is the sort of stuff that gives me the comfort, because that's how I see it. I've been doing some really deep searching on some things, and I began to say to the Father, they would rather believe the lie than to even go anywhere near the truth. And that's what he's sitting here telling them. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life. You think you have them through the scriptures. Yeshua is saying this. He's saying it then and he's saying it today. Okay. And then he said in 43, I am come in my Father's name, and ye receive me not. If another shall come in his own name, him ye receive. I agree with him, but I agree with him on a higher level of what today is. This is 100. This is 100. Verse 44. Yeah, verse 44. How can ye believe which you receive? How can ye believe which receive honor one of another, and seek not the honor that cometh from Yah only? That's deep. It's not there. So I myself, as a prophetess in the wilderness, I can vouch for this. I can vouch for what exactly he's saying here. I can say, even in the midst of he that is greater in me, this is how I am taking it also, Father Yah, as I live in this day and time. What he's saying is 100% legit in this day and time. Likewise, Father Yah. Likewise. Let me just go to 45. Do not think that I will accuse you to the Father. There is one that accuseth you, even Moses, in whom ye trust. That one is the Father. See, you guys, he had to check me today in his whole teaching that he gave me, because he keep reminding me, you can't take a people to a place I have not taken them. That's why you have to be careful in what you're saying, and make sure you're saying the things that speaking to the one and not to the multitude. Because the one can be on here and listening and waiting to hear that right now word from the Most High Yah, to give that one that spirit and truth, to give that one and hand over the baton of the light. But when you're trying to give something to the multitude, is identical to what he's saying here. Search the scripture, for in them you think you have eternal life. You think you have eternal life because you search in the scriptures. No. And that's how simple it is understood. I understand it, is that people believe that as long as it's that entitlement, I'm Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and I'm entitled because I say I believe. I say I'm saved. I say I'm full of the Ruach HaKodesh. I say I have spirit and truth. I say I have the light. It's so easy to say those things, but have no action. If you were to go out right now and end up going to let's say a grocery store and pick up a few items, and somebody walk up to you and say hello, and they in a situation where you feel you have something you can, are you okay? If they looking at you a certain way where you can communicate with them, you see? So what do you have to give them? You can't say nothing, because you ain't found out who you are. You have not displayed in any shape, form, or fashion that you have the fruits of the Spirit, the works of the Spirit. But yet Many would go out there like they're on this devil platform. They don't have the works of the Spirit nor the fruits of the Spirit, but they're on this black platform teaching the mass and the multitude. Let me tell you something else happened to me. I upload 3 days ago something on TikTok about Donald Trump clowning. And a lot of people came on there. I didn't go back to read the messages, but I keep seeing this one lady keep coming back, and it keep popping up saying, and she sounds like she's talking to someone. I'm like, what's wrong with her? Get on there. They sitting here arguing with each other. They own this platform on Deborah's TikTok, arguing with each other. One says the FBI is already on her. The other one, I guess the other one must have threatened her. It was off the chain. I was like this morning, see how gone people are? And they think they and I believe these was 2 Europeans, but it's just the idea of you're saying one thing and the other one don't like the other one agreeing, and then you attack the other one and the other one go back and attack you, and then that's, hey, FBI's on. I'm like listening to their conversation. I'm like, no, they didn't. Then that's when I had to step in on the behalf of the one. I had to step in on the other side, on the left side. I call it the left side, and I had to shut her down. And all you saw was those little faces laughing till they crying, because I said some things that made them think. You see what I'm saying? And you didn't see no more words coming after this lady, no more. And that was early this morning, because I'm saying, why are they on my TikTok? See, to me, I ain't got sense, because I'm trying to figure out if I put up a message, why are y'all on here? I didn't ask to have friends. I didn't ask to have anything. I just put a message. And y'all, they wasn't the only one. It was many of them going up against the other. And you hear all the black ones, so what? I'm both Biden anyway. I'm like, this is crazy. So I said, okay, you got how many? I don't know, probably 100. No, more than 100 people responding against each other. And I don't want to put the message out. I'm like, but this last one kept pulling up something on my thing this morning. I said, who is this on the TikTok? And then I saw her saying something about the FBI is on your tail. So try it if you want. I mean, all kind of old stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness, is it that? Yes, it is. It's that off balance. It's that off balance. Now, sum of the whole matter is, when you see something happen and you can't plainly see what is plainly seen, then that's on you. Why? Because there's too much darkness in you to believe your lie than to believe the truth. The truth is showing you right before your face. But do they believe it? No. They would rather believe the lie. And this is how easy Babylon has fallen. You heard it said in Revelation 18 twice, because it has fallen. Why twice did it have to say that? Because it's trying to get you to the level to realize when it falls, it has fallen. It's letting you know. Babylon has already fallen. And you can't preach it. You can't teach it. You can't reveal it. You can't break it down. You can't break it up. You can't give it to nobody, because it's nothing in them that heaven has allowed them to embrace the truth of it. They are scheduled to embrace the lie. That's why the elites, the powers that be on the four corners, have brought and poured out all these movies, all on all these channels, so you can start seeing their handiwork. 99.9 times 15 billion would fully deny it. Everything that they're showing you is for a reason. It's not a reason that or they just showing you something to keep you busy. No, it's a reason they're showing you to try to throw you off, but throw you in. Because I always believe that, and this is me, that the Father always told Satan, leave the light on. I believe that. Leave the light on. That means do what you're going to do, but don't go by that light. Leave it on. Don't try to turn that light off. You know how he told Job? He said, you can do this, do this, do this. Don't mess with life. You come up on that life, I'm coming up on your butt. Okay? Satan knew what that was like. Don't come near that life, that breath that I put up in him. Don't come near that. And that spirit I put in him. Don't come near that. You got to handle. Why? Because you can't touch that life. No, that spirit. I got a day in for it and a day out. So stand your tail down. Do whatever you think you can do, but don't touch that life. Okay? So even he answered to Yah. You see what I'm saying? So when you get, and I see these people making these movies, first I've kind of felt bad a couple of years ago, but now I don't feel bad anymore because they're actually revealing everything to you. It's clearly seen. But that's how much darkness that's in the people. They don't care about what the world is showing them that they're doing. You know, it started a long time ago. Babylon fell a long time ago. And we sitting here waiting for the debris. Oh, you're going to see the debris. You're going to live to see it. But we're waiting to see it as if we don't believe that nothing has taken place until we're able to say within ourselves, oh, yeah, that's the prophecy. Oh, yeah, that's what it meant. Oh, yes, that's what it did. Because even with this thing with Donald Trump, it has been prophesied that something like that would happen. You know, it's in there. But guess what? I think it's Revelation 13. But guess what? It's like a give or take. Because just because he prophesied it doesn't mean it was prophesied in the light. It could have been the act of the darkness that he prophesied. You see, the act of the darkness. Because if you think of those 3 horses, or the 4 horses, that's the act of the darkness. See, that shows you the power in that right hand. It rules both sides. And to get one to go on this side, it has to first be put on this side. You see, so Yah knows exactly how his will is going to pan out from the beginning and the end. That's what makes him the beginning to the end, is because you put all that together, then you see his will in spite of how much darkness and how much light. It doesn't matter how much in it, who got that power to orchestrate the both, and still his will come out of it. The Most High Yah and himself. So when I thought about that, it didn't tell you in there in Revelation 13, it didn't break it down to you, the wound of the head and this. It gave you enough to know the whole act. Now, the act could have been the act of darkness, but yet Yah had it made sure we knew ahead of time through a prophecy. See, and we're looking for it. Oh, no, it's not a darkness. Oh, they just faking it. Yeah, they are faking it. That can still line up with the darkness that was prophesied. Just gave us a warning. This is the role they're going to play. So when Sister Deborah is seeing them take on the roles of the prophecy, I'm like saying, they trying to mimic your prophecy. They trying to nail your prophecy to make it look like they're trying to beat you at your punches. But the Father told me my punches can be either or, Deborah. It can come from the dark side, or it can come from the light side. But most of it's going to come from the dark side, because that's what Revelation is stressing. The darkness, the end days. So then prepare it. It's just like where he said the beast, and how Satan going to give his power over to the beast. I believe the beast, with no doubt, is Obama. Now, what the people way back before Obama even ran for president, when he was running, he hadn't won. You should have seen them mails against me. Oh, Miss Deborah, you shouldn't say things like that. You shouldn't do that because he's a black man. Oh, you shouldn't do that. I said, no, baby. He's a snake in the grass. They prepared this day in this moment. The whole world. Now, this is what bothers me. This is what made me understand that he had to be the beast. This is what broke it in for me. They pulled up and did something they never done before out of nowhere. You see? out of nowhere, you just pull this man up and want him to be our president. What information are you sending around the world on the four corners? What sign are you sending the four corners that you're going to take what is considered a black man, or let's say an African American man, which nobody knows they have, because everybody rather believe the lie. Y'all let them go on and believe the lie, because the lie is what's going to stand alone when the truth pull up. Is Obama ain't no nationality that's connected to, I don't even think, the Hebrew Israelites or Black America. I think he's either Arab, because that's what his skin tone look like. His skin tone do not look like a African and a European. No, y'all just full of lies. His skin tone don't even look African. Now, I mean, Africa and European. His skin tone look more so like African and Arab. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like, or that's what I believe he is. Okay, so now you have to go back all these years when he was running, and I was telling he hadn't even won, and these people were so disappointed. They were so disappointed. But I believe that if they could see me now or see me later, they'll say that lady, she kept telling us, because he is that. He is the beast. He's the one that was brought up, prepared. That's how he was able to watch this here, step into that position, and nobody said a word. Nobody on any corner of the earth. Every president all over the world saluted the fact that America had brought in someone of another nationality. They didn't have no problem, because they know that he was not who we as African Americans or Negroes or Hebrew Israelite or Black people thought that he was. All around the four corners knew and know who he is, except for us as a people. They know. But we voted for him and try to put him in there time of he's us, or he gonna do this for us. That's why he went in and didn't do one thing for you. He did it for the gays. He did it for the Orientals. He did it for everybody except for your Negro tears. Because he ain't of you. He's not for you. And the problem that told me that, wait a minute, something is wrong. They're going to put this man in here portraying to be an African American president, and the world ain't going to say nothing. Nah. You mean over in Russia, Germany, Italy, or China? Come on, Europe. Nobody ain't saying nothing. Something wrong with that picture. When he came in just like this here, totally leveled off. Nobody assassinated him. Nobody came near him. No KKK, no skinhead. Nobody ever touched this man, because he is the beast. And the world knows it on the four corners. The Roman Catholic knows it too. He's the beast. He can't be touched. You can't touch him. You can't touch him. So with that, I saw something that was really strange. Is one time, it was on the news, when they were walking, I realized that Donald Trump was walking with Obama. Obama was taking the lead, and Donald Trump looked like he was on the sideline. And that confused me. And that was about 3 years ago, before the pandemic. And that totally confused me, because I think Donald Trump, had been around the time he was still president. Donald Trump was the president, but I did not understand, why is he following Obama? But what I connected with, he's the beast, like I always thought. He's the beast. And the whole four corners answer to him. He don't need nothing but Satan's power. And that has been ushered to him. So I believe that he has to be the beast. This is Sister Deborah. This is what I'm feeling. I was right when he got in there, and I was telling people he is not who y'all think. Now, you notice he had never been assassinated. You notice that? No one ever tried to do anything to him. Look how they treat you in this country as Negroes. How could that be that a man can run a country with that level of racist and that level of hate is in this country, but yet the president, no one touched? See, nobody thinks of stuff like that because people so busy looking at wrong being right. They don't know how to analyze or discern. This one lady told me people just don't have what you call the discerning of anything, because we need to have somewhat discerning of something so we can discern, especially today, the things that's actually taking place. Somebody come up on you and you ain't able to discern. They come to take your life, or they come to do this, or they're going to poison your food. I'm like, no one has any sense of, none whatsoever, of discerning what they are in the midst of, what is happening in the world, what is going on. And I think that has to do with a lot of people have detached themselves to darkness, and they don't see, and they could care less about anything that's in the light, or that anything that's on the right hand. They have nothing to do with the right hand. They are comfortable, they are set, and they are at peace with the left. And the peace that they have is for the peace of the flesh. And this is what makes them comfortable, is the peace of the flesh. And that itself is what you call off the chain. Now here in us, okay, yeah, thank you. In Revelation 13 and verse 3, it says, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wonder after the beast. Now, that does not, now that when I read it, it's almost like I thought it was a setup. You know, it was orchestrated by them, and it could throw you off to not look forward to when it happened to the beast. Okay, so they put one ahead. You see, they put one, let's say they put this action ahead, so that, because I don't know if y'all know, everybody is looking at Revelation 13 and verse 3. People who think they are holier than thou, they're looking at that as what took place with Donald Trump. I don't think Donald Trump is the beast. And like the Father revealed to me, I cannot look at the prophecies in the light and thinking the light represent him, and it's got to be in a righteous or a upright situation. The prophecies ain't coming to give you that type of assurance. It's coming to drag the darkness out in the opening. You see, when I was thinking that, okay, all these prophecies you're giving us a head up of what's going to happen, so that's a better thing. No, it ain't. I'm giving you the prophecy of how I created the beginning to the end. And just because I created the beginning to the end, I also have to know how, not know how, I have to be able to put wicked and evil in its place to make the end be what the end should be. So when I'm looking at the prophecies, I can't look at the prophecies to rest on righteous in a way that light and good or something like that come out of it. No. Judgment is what I got to look at it, the prophecies for. victory, conquering, destroying. You see what I'm saying? That's all Revelation come to do. So if they take something out of here, like they did all the movies, and they make something out of it, you have to be careful in how we would say that that's the prophecy, and it's not, because they are fixing it up to appear to be or to look. So I think that's what was going on with Donald Trump, because it was all fake, phony. The first moment of it all, I was able to discern it. So I say, okay, is this of the darkness, but yet the will? Or is it of the darkness portrayed to master the prophecy of your will? You see? So that's why you have to really be careful when you're watching this stuff. You have to be able to rightly divide it and have that spirit of discerning. Because it was so funky and so raggedy, and to where you look over here, and I'm like saying, Father, could that been your will? But in a way, they're saying, but I said, but it was so messy. It was so clearly seen, you see? And this one here in Revelation 13 is hitting the core. It says, and I saw one of his heads, as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. See, it has to have a deadly wound. And also the world wondered after the beast, and they worshiped the dragon, which gave the power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? So this individual that, and the beast, you know what, in it all, I think that when it comes and it's out before us, as the prophecy has prophesied it, I think we will see the true light of it. You get what I'm saying? I think we could probably see the true light of what is actually taking place once it's actually taking place. Let's say, for instance, if he say, okay, house of Israel and tribe of Judah, come on out. I'm drawing you out. You know what that right hand gonna have to do that? Do y'all know that? That's that power of that right hand gonna have to orchestrate us to get out, because we ain't got sense enough to get out. We ain't got sense enough to round up to get out. We can't even come together in 15 and 20 without killing and destroying each other. You see how his right hand gonna have to be in the midst? It ain't it. Why is you saying it like that, Deborah? If they are the ones that's going to small remnant, it's because they ain't gonna get cleaned up till they get to the other side. That means they still filthy. They still got those ways that does not represent Yah. They ain't gonna get cleaned up till they get to Mount Zion to hold it. So they still gonna have these ways. You see? So it's like, I know that it's going to have to take that right hand that I've come to know of the Father to get Israel out. You see? But when he get Israel out, are we gonna be pulling away, or we gonna know how to go out? Because the right hand gonna have to lead us, because we ain't got that type of sense. We can't even see what our own nation is doing against each other and toward each other. So how are we gonna have sense to go out together? I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying. You see, how are we going to unite to go out? We're not. We're going to be doing the same thing we're doing in this land when we're going out. Are there going to be some killing? Yes, there's going to be all kind of stuff. That's why the right hand of the Father is going to lead us by day and by night to be the overseer. But I got to also bring up them verses that shows you that he's going to purge you. He's going to be doing some separation and purging and destroyed on that journey. See, so it's a lot of stuff that's going to be taking place. But when that time comes, it ain't going to be up to us to say, okay, come on, y'all, let's go. He's leading us. He wants us to go here. No, we ain't got no sense. We cuckoo clock already. So it's going to have to take that mighty right hand to orchestrate us up out of here. Because 99.9 ain't going to want to come up out of here. You see, that's another kind of thing to also think. So all the prophecies has to be clearly seen in the light. But how they have to be brought, Yah has to bring them to you with that right hand and allow your light to see the darkness. Because this trash that they had with Trump, that was really messy, y'all. That was real messy. Clearly seen the orchestration of, how would I say it? Man as flesh, period, all up in it. This Revelation 13, this ain't gonna be man's plan. This gonna be that same right hand is gonna bring us out. It's gonna be that same right hand knocking them out, according to his will. Same right hand. That's the thickness of it all. To know that that same right hand with all that power got the darkness in control and the light. He got it all in control, and he knows how the outcome of it is going to pan out, you know. But this here, as far as the beast, and you notice also, I don't know if anybody know in the live chat, you notice it says, and I saw one of his heads. So why more than one head? What is that saying? As it were wounded to death. One of his heads. What do that mean? Anybody in the live chat knows? Because honestly, I haven't did my deep study in it, but that there put a green light. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. So the head was wounded to death, and the deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. So it's going to be like a miracle. You see, that's the way it appeared in their acting of Donald Trump. But it was too messy, y'all. It was all out of order. All out of, to where you could think that this is what they were trying to do, is mimic this. You see what I'm saying? To mimic this. You see? But they couldn't really nail it. But they did it. They wasn't doing it to really cover up the prophecy. They was doing it to throw a people that's in the light off of balance. They ain't worried about those that's in the dark. They all following them anyway. You see? It's the ones that's in the light they're trying to throw off balance. You see? To make the ones that's in the light think that this is the prophecy of the Most High Yah about he that was going to be wounded. They're covering up for somebody, y'all. They're covering up for the beast already. They're covering it up. See, and they reacting it from the prophecy level and using it to manifest their plan and getting people to not see what they're doing behind the door. So all of it is something that they're doing. See, what y'all don't understand is what they're doing behind the door, while they got us looking in front of the door, trying to make everything look like it's plainly seen. Oh, this happened to Donald Trump and this was happening. They did this, they did this. They got our eyes and our focus on one thing. Why? And that's Donald Trump and what is happening. Who's on the other end behind the door, cutting up, getting ready for something, preparing things, doing things. See, there's other things behind that. And how you're going to know, you're going to know this year. And I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of weeks, you're going to know the darkness is going to pull up from behind the door. And it's not going to be about Donald Trump anymore. And it's going to throw a lot of people out. It's going to throw a lot of people off, and they're going to want a war because they've been deceived. They've been manipulated because they're thinking that, okay, we supporting Donald Trump. He almost got shot. Look what they try to do to Donald Trump. And everybody putting their energy and their strength and their mind and their heart and their spirit into Donald Trump. And it's all a game. It's all a game. Let me show y'all something right quick. And this is another thing I posted. I posted it. I didn't care. I posted it on YouTube, on TikTok, after those people was talking about Donald Trump is Biden is, and he's and they talking all this trash, but what they don't understand. Let me show you something. And while they're talking, guess what? They're planning the next move on actually destroying the world, to be honest. I'm gonna show y'all something right here. Oh, here it is. I don't know if y'all can see it. I want y'all to take a look at this here. This is what I post just to try to show the people. I try to explain to people, y'all out here clowning. Republican, Democratic, all this here voting, all this is a scam. And you cannot stand on any mountain. In spite of all the things that caused Babylon to fall, they still cannot see it. And to me, I've seen it. I already know this. But when I post this is what people don't want to see. Let me let you see it. Y'all see that? I kept that from a long time ago. Did y'all see that? I kept that. The reason why I kept it is because I know that they have always been like this, even when I was a little girl. I knew it was no such thing as Democratic and Republicans voting. It's a game, y'all. It's a scam. Those that rule the four corners set it up to give the people something to act a fool about. They already, let me see if y'all can see it. I don't know if y'all can see it. Come on. You see it? That's them together in 4 different pictures. This is who they are. Y'all clowning. They got you all clowning. When the power that bees knows that they're together in this. While the people clown. And I think it makes them, I really, you know how some of them drink blood, some of them eat sacrifice of babies and stuff like that. I believe to see this country clown regarding voting, I think it energizes them like they would drink blood or eat babies and stuff like that. I think they actually get a thrill of watching a country of people act over a voting that they have no choice and no power over. Because the elites already got who they're going to put in there. They just say, okay, we need 2 to go rumbling. We need you to be, just like they put Jesse Jackson in there to steal the black votes. It was a game, y'all. It's all about their power that they have. The people in this country have made it so easy for them. They have supported all wrongdoing, you guys. They have supported all wicked and evil. They have made it so easy for them. And this is why they can do whatever they want today. Because I even said to the Father, I said, Father, they doing it smooth and just coming in and revealing everything. They don't care. They ain't trying to hide nothing. He said, for what? They've been doing it for too long. The people have allowed it to be that smooth for. A lot of people ain't paying no attention. A lot of people, like, let's say the Negroes, like they're busy taking each other's lives and destroying each other. And the KKK, the skinhead, they getting all ready for the war. That's why I can see how the Father is going to come in with that right hand and pull out Israel and Judah. I can see that. He got to pull out that small remnant. Because once that small, do y'all know the reason why things have not increased is because of that small remnant still here? Do y'all know that? I know y'all don't understand that, but that's the truth of the whole matter. As long as that remnant is still here in the four corners, on the four corners, that small remnant, ain't nothing gonna move to the fullness until that small remnant is up out of here. You see what I'm saying? I think we're gonna have the suffering. I think we're gonna see some of the chaos. But until that remnant is out, you ain't gonna see the whole fullness. You see? But I think you're gonna see a lot of it, but not the fullness until that remnant, to that right hand goes in like this here. That right hand goes in like this. Bam, this is where the chaos starts. You see? That's what I believe. That's what I believe. The restrainers is here. Sorry, delayed, had a refresh. Okay. Can see. 2 wings. Same bird. 2 wings, yes. But yeah, that's deep though. But you know, it is what it is. I think like this topic I was talking about, the inward and the outward, it is important to even understand that in our being, you know, to inner man is to understand that the feelings we have in our inner man is totally different than the feelings we have on our outer man. And it's hard to tame the outer man if you don't have the Ruach to help you in your inner man, to tame the outer man enough that it submits to your spirit that Yah abide in. You see, because the outer man will be wishy-washy one day. You know, it's saying when I don't believe the Most High exists, or I don't think he's coming. That's what I don't think that there's a beast. You know, this is how the outer man would disrespect the inner man of who you are, because it doesn't care about voting. It doesn't care about the beast. It doesn't care about the end days. It don't care about the Most High Yah. It don't care about heavens or eternal life or Mount Zion, not the flesh. That's why we have to know that we know that it's not about our outer man and convincing our outer man. It's our inner man that we have to keep focused. Why? Because the inner man is looking at the things we cannot see, but yet we believe. The outer man is just basing it on what I can see, just like the situation with Trump. Oh, I see that. Oh, yep, that's the prophecy. Yep, that's, you know what I'm saying? Oh, God, they shot him and he almost died. Did you see what that man that did it? They killed him. All of that. And then I made a statement 3 days ago. I told my ex-husband, I said, I don't understand this picture they keep showing of this boy that is the shooter. What is it you all don't see? They never showing his picture as an adult. They always showing the kids a child picture. They will not show you the picture of him as an adult. And this is what bothered me. I went over to their house and I said, I don't understand. They keep showing his picture as a little boy. Why aren't they showing you the picture of him as an adult? I said, but something wrong. I can't explain it. I seen him before. I ain't lying, y'all. I'm telling y'all, and I ain't talking in no spiritual realm. This picture of this boy, they used it before for a scene. I kid y'all not. I kid y'all not. And you know what? I know it. They used that same face for another situation of something happening. They reusing this same picture for this incident that took place with Donald Trump. So when I said it, you know what? My ex-husband jumped up. He said, so you seen that picture before too? I said, yeah, I've seen that picture before. He said, I have too. And he was just furious because he said, I kept saying I seen it. I kept saying I seen that face. Yes, I've seen that face before. And it's not a spiritual thing. They used that same face before on something else. And two people in this country too ignorant to catch on to it. They used that same person that they said that shot at Donald Trump is the same person I've seen before. And I know it was years ago. That's why you see his picture. It's not an update picture. That's why they keep showing you his young picture. Why aren't you showing him as a man? Why is that the only picture y'all showing? I don't need to see it. Honestly, nobody in the light needs to see it. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's a clown show. I didn't even buy a ticket to go to it. Yeah, I didn't, you guys, you probably think I'm crazy. I probably ain't got probably 3 minutes of the clip. That's about all I seen. I don't need to see it all. When you got the ruach in you, it tells you what you need to know. What you see and what you see not. Because it's not the things you see. It's the things that's unseen. That's eternal. And it'll get you thrown off. Because to see it, there go the twos. It's not the things you see and believe. It's the things you see not. Because the things that's seen is temporary. But the things that you see not, but yet see, is eternal. That's the twos. Even the seeing is twos. So when we get into this, you have to really be careful, even from that stage with Donald Trump, from this voting and all this here clown show that's taking place. All of this is clown showing. And a lot of it is so messy, clearly seen. Like that with Donald Trump, that's messy. Messy. And the whole world still believe it was legit. And that's how everything else y'all after that, guess what? That's how messy it's gonna look. And you're gonna have to put it in the right perspective order. And look beyond what you see. And look for the unseen. I remember I used to say that all the time. I used to teach people, when I used to teach people the word, that's all I used to say. Never look for the seen, because it's clearly seen. But look for the unseen, because that's really where it's at. I used to say that all the time. I did. And I always felt comfort in it, in saying that, because I knew the unseen was greater than that which is seen. Because everything that's seen is like y'all revealed it to you to see. It's the unseen that you really need to be concerned about. I would rather see the unseen than that which is seen, because I can see it, but the unseen and what I see is not something that's going to be forever. It's temporary. But the unseen, that's going to last forever. Get to know your inner man and not put too much emphasis on your outer man. That's going back to what you can see, that outer flesh. But that inner man, you don't put too much into it because you can't see it. You don't even think it exists. But there's power that rests in that inner man that the outer man can't inherit. Oh, Father, yeah, I'm going to be in trouble, ain't I? I know I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to get in trouble because that's where it's at. That's where it always been. And that's why he says he don't deal with you in the flesh. I only deal with you in the inner man where I can abide with you, which is in your spirit. I'm not abiding in your flesh, but let your flesh run up on me and do something it ain't got no business doing when I will put you to sleep just so your spirit can still yet enter into the kingdom. That's the for sure way the Father rumbled. But he said, I will destroy your temple before I let you bring all trash to the temple. And I stop you right in your tracks, put you out just so you can still make it to the kingdom before I let you pull up like that on me. Because if greater is he that's in you, you can't bring all that stuff to the temple. And another thing is most important, as David was saying, now was that David or Peter? Renew your inner man daily. That's what spiritual food is. Renewing your inner man daily. And it says day by day. That's what it was telling us in this message. In the scriptures, I think, which one was it? I think it was Psalms 51 and 5 and 6, or was it Corinthians? It was one of them where it was telling us about our inner man. Renewing our inner man. See, a lot of times people say, renew your mind. What is it? They said, renew your mind daily or something like that. People really thinking it's their natural, y'all. I'm going to be honest with y'all. People really think I got to do something about this outer man. No, baby. That outer man ain't got a place in heaven. It only have a place in the earth, which is the hell. And then when y'all destroy everything, he's going to take that ground where everybody's buried and put it in the hell of lake of fire. Let it reside in there. But it's your inner man. It's your spirit. So when you heard me say spirit and truth, food for your spirit, and you're packing your backpack up when you got plenty in your spirit, you keep your backpack, you'll never go hungry in your spirit, because you can always go back to your backpack, pull out something, food for your spirit. So for food for your spirit is the same thing it's talking about. And it's a beautiful how they saying it and how I'm saying, because they're saying still we're talking to the inner man, the spirit, renewing the spirit man daily. That's why I can't afford to tell y'all that I'm not being taught daily. Why would I want to, or why would I would desire, or why would I not mention the fact that he keeps talking to me and telling me this and this and this and this and showing me this and this and this and revealing this and this? For what? Who are you? What are you? So to me, and even when I'm saying it, I'm thinking, I said, well, he has invested something in me to where I believe everything he's saying to me every day and what he's teaching me. I recognize that he's teaching me daily, my inner man. I recognize that. But only thing I have not recognized is the fact that, why me? Every day. Why must you speak to me and you give me these things and you say these things to me, you show me these things, you reveal this thing? Why me? That's what I would say. And he would say, because I built you a lane. You have a lane already. And that lane, I have no doubt that it is an eternal lane. That means no matter what's on the outside of the lane, I can always run right back into that lane and get comfort, assurance, and much more of what he gives me every day. Because that's what he does. I mean, I can be gone for a day or 2 or 3. Don't think I'm gone. I'm not gone. I'm in Yah. Yah in me. And he's teaching me still every day and showing me things. I'm going to tell you what I am learning. That it's starting to be a really good thing to learn on top of learning. Is where he come in, you think you know it, and he get on top of that thing and say, see, you thought you knew, you had the tip, didn't you? Let me give you this. And he'll put that on top and bring you back down to level. See, you thought you had it, but it's more to it. And he'll add that to it and teach you. But then I say, well, okay, what is it for? You know, you feel like everything is just gone. Too much darkness that's overshadowing the light. So what's the purpose of the light in this darkest hour? It's because he always got to have himself on the earth. And he put his on the earth to represent him. He got to, because he created it. Satan ain't got no power. He don't rule nothing. So y'all put his on the earth. You know what I did? I went and got some beef stew meat, and I think I'm gonna make like 20 containers of it. And I cooked it off. I'm going to cut up everything, put it in there. That's one thing I can make some. You talking about some beef stew, beef stew. Oh, they love it. They love it. You hear me? And I said tonight, I'm going to make sure I complete the whole thing before at least 12:30, 1 o'clock. And I'm going to do that because they're looking forward to it tomorrow for me to drop it by. And I'm going to make about 20 meals out of it, containers. But I don't know, why did I throw that in there? Nobody don't want to hear about what you cooking. You ain't giving us none. So but yeah, I'm just thinking about that because I think that's what I'm going to eat late. But I don't eat this late, but I think that's what I'm going to take in because I'm still, I got to add the vegetables and the potatoes and all that good stuff in it. But Sister Deborah, I hope you got something out of the inward and the outward. And the most important thing is the inward, more so than anything, because it'll get you prepared for all this trash on the outer man. It'll let you see everything coming, show you where it's going, where it's heading, and where you at in it. That's the power of knowing the inward versus the outward. So Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you in the live chat. I hope you got something out of it. And I will be back. Shalom and shalom.